What you are watching is the trailer for the new game, The FIRST Descandant, a free-to-play looter-shooter RPG releasing this week by Nexon Games. Now, as hype as I'm getting right now, I have no idea if this game's going to be any good. This is my first impression of The FIRST Descandant, and after watching this, I already have a lot of vague ideas of what this game is. And although this game is not the main topic of today's video, it is a great example of what we are discussing today. And that is great video game trailers. A good or bad video game trailer can make or break a video game's success. Ideally, a good trailer gets players excited, it generates buzz for their franchise, and hopefully gets them ready to pull out their wallets. But when you look closely, the production and subsequent optics of the trailer have a profound effect on its success. Today, we're going to be discussing what makes a good video game trailer. What have some of the greatest video game trailers been? And how a video game's trailer can make or break its success. Thanks for joining me in the Pixelated Realms. I'm your host, Tyler Salerno, and today we're taking a solo adventure together talking about video game trailers. Have you ever seen a video game trailer that just absolutely blew your mind? I know I sure have, and yes, I admit it, I and a few other hosts on this podcast who will remain unnamed have been known to buy into generated hype every now and then, and we have thus been promptly burned for our transgressions. I'm looking at you, Starfield and No Man's Sky. On the other hand, sometimes the hype is real, and nothing compares to the experience of adventuring in a new exciting virtual world that pushes the boundaries of technical and narrative experiences. Excitement is inherently risky. Whenever you decide to invest your energy into something, you run the chance that it doesn't turn out the way you imagined. This is something modern gamers are no stranger to. But with that risk comes the chance of reward. The opportunity to find something new and to experience a game that immerses you in a new and exciting way. I, for one, am willing to take that risk any day. So, what makes for a good video game trailer, you say? Well, I thought we would start with the most straightforward one. As early as the 1990s, Blizzard Entertainment was leading the industry in computer-generated visuals in games. These usually took the form of in-game cutscenes, trailers, or commercials. The reason Blizzard was so good at this is that they understood the importance of selling their audience on their world building. Although you're really only looking at a handful of pixels on the screen that don't look like too much, these complex animations helped us dive into their world and put meaning to those pixels. And although they're kind of being left in the dust nowadays by other companies, this core value is still represented in their games today. Now, the hard truth is, most humans are going to make a judgment on whether they like the art style of a video game within seconds. So unfortunately, game developers have little opportunity for error in this matter. A good trailer hopefully has a mix of exciting in-game content and cinematic cutscenes, which leaves the viewer wanting more. Now, good visuals go a long way, but they aren't quite enough. We need a narrative reason to buy into what we're watching and to invest our time into this new world. Which brings us to our next point.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. One very specific man might be all that stands between humanity and the greatest threat of our brief existence. Shepard!
The Reapers are still out there. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Best game trailers get us excited to explore a new world, or to come back to our favorite franchises. If new, we need a reason to be interested in the storyline. We need to be sold on why to see the storyline through. If it's a familiar franchise, we need to know why we're coming back to this world, and give us a plot-related reason for us to invest our time and return. Now, the trailer you're watching is a great example of showing a narrative reason for fans to dive back into the world of Mass Effect. If you played the first Mass Effect, you were anticipating, based on the ending of that game, that a Mass Effect 2 was in the pipeline. If you're releasing a sequel, capturing that core audience who played the first game is key to generating excitement for the second one. Now, as you can see in this trailer, and if you played the first game, there's a lot of familiar things here. We notice they're shooting, there's some similar and familiar characters, and some settings. But it also gives us a lot of new and exciting things to tease us into wanting to come back. Music is like the icing on the cake in game trailers. But, like, who wants a cake without icing? Dead Island is a great example of an amazing video game trailer. It has a really strong narrative that develops throughout the course of the trailer. But it's actually the music that hooks the viewer in initially and allows them to be focused on the trailer long enough for that narrative to pay off by the end. Without the music, I think most folks would lose interest and pass this off as just a slow-mo reverse of a girl falling out of a window. But due to the almost positive and jovial contrast of the tone of the music and the grotesque and terrifying visuals of a zombie child falling out of a building, creates a sort of interest and hook in the viewer's mind and helps you ride that journey until the end, which is a very satisfying conclusion. Now, as you've noticed, all of these trailers I've shown today have amazing music. Music is one of my favorite aspects of video games because when we combine both sound and visual art, you get a really amazing experience. Music really is the glue that binds it all together. Amazing visuals, a narrative hook, and just a little bit of music to smooth it all together. Video game trailers are an amazing art that is still being elaborated and explored today. A good trailer generates hype and excitement. It sets the stage for an immersive gaming experience. While trailers play a crucial role in marketing and building anticipation for a game, they also come with the risk of creating unrealistic expectations. Ultimately, a well-crafted video game trailer can enhance the overall gaming experience and anticipation of its gamers, and leaves us a lasting impression to dive in to a new adventure.